What's up, guys? It's N05L31, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the custom minifigures I made in celebration of the series finale of Star Wars Rebels. Now, I know you guys' opinions on Rebels seem to be kind of mixed. Personally, I really enjoyed it, and that's why I'm happy to be sharing these figures with you. I have done Zeb Orrelios, Hera Syndulla, C110P, aka Chopper, Sabine Wren, and Ezra Bridger. I have not done Kanan because I personally think LEGO did a really good job with their Kanan minifigure, and there wouldn't have been much, if anything, to change. So I elected not to go with Kanan. Without further ado, let's jump right into these figures. The first figure I'm going to be showing you guys is Ezra Bridger, the main character from Star Wars Rebels, in his outfit from the second half of the series. The shorter hair, green lightsaber, and the new outfit. Now, Ezra is probably my least favorite out of all these figures, but I'm still pretty proud of him. As you can see, I did his new outfit with the scuff marks right there and back there. Overall, his Season 3 and 4 outfit is pretty simple, so it was easy to replicate. I got his sand green gloves. I decided not to put fingers, just because I think that would have been too much of a hassle, because I just used Yoda hands for that. And then his face is just the standard LEGO face with the scars painted on. I did not put the scars on the back face, which is kind of screwed up anyways. I'm not going to be displaying him with this face, so I didn't put the scars. He's just got a standard black, I guess, combed back hairstyle, and he's got gun holster. I went with a very simplistic design on him. I didn't, put a whole lot of detail. Overall, I'm pretty happy with him. There's this lightsaber. So yeah, there's Ezra Bridger. Now let's move on to the next figure. Next up, we have Hera Syndulla, who, thanks to Rogue One, we know becomes a general in the Rebellion, which I think is awesome. Hera's Season 3 and 4 design isn't that much different from her design from Seasons 1 and 2. All I did was I basically just made it so that her overalls, I don't know if that's what they technically are, I made her overalls kind of less prominent so that it's mostly just the shirt. And then I also extended, the goggles down a little bit, and I made I did some mods to the orange legs so that she has boots and the straps. And for her blaster, I chose to do nothing too fancy. And this is actually the taser from the Resistance transport pod from The Last Jedi. It's just the normal LEGO gun. I don't know if that's normal, but whatever. And then the binoculars. It's not too accurate, but I thought it looked close enough to Hera's blaster. So that's what I went with. Overall, not too different from the official LEGO release. And overall, I'm pretty happy with this. So yeah, there's General Hera Syndulla. Next up, we have Sabine Wren, who I feel has been somewhat underused in the series, or at least was up until Season 3. I'm pretty proud of how Sabine turned out, since there's so many little details on her. I got her jetpack. Instead of doing a fully sculpted jetpack, I just did I just painted that onto a tile piece. Got her Season 4 helmet. Right there, I got a Clone Army Customs arc antenna. It's orange, as you can see. I left that unpainted on purpose. I got her Mandalorian van braces and her 2 pistols with, the little accents on them. This is basically the LEGO version, the official LEGO figure, with a crap load of modifications to it. Of course, the rangefinder can still go down. So yeah, most of the pink from the original figure is now purple and or yellow. And then the dark gray, I actually went and painted purple. So you can see, again, shoulder armor. Couldn't go too fine into the detail on the shoulder. But, I'm pretty satisfied. The helmet, I'm pretty satisfied with the helmet overall, except the visor, I think, could use a bit of fixing since it doesn't really contrast well enough with the purple on the front. I don't know, overall, I like how Sabine turned out. If we take off her helmet, I actually went for a different face because I think that, given the progression of time in the series, Sabine is now 19, I believe, in the series as of the end of the show. And I felt like the other face, the official Lego face, was just too young. So I went with this face from the First Order troop transport from The Force Awakens. And I painted the neck just so that, you know, it looks nice when you have the helmet on. Let's see there. So you don't have as much exposed skin looking all ugly. And then I also sculpted her a hairpiece, which I probably won't be displaying her too much with this. I'll probably mostly have her helmet on. It's basically just purple, well, a very, very dark purple. And I basically took the Mutt Williams hair. I don't know where it originated from. Well, if Mutt Williams was the first character it was on. Took that, sculpted onto it, and painted it all the same color. So yeah, Sabine was probably the most time-consuming of all these figures to make. I don't think she's my favorite, but she was definitely a fun one to make. Chopper was probably the easiest of all these figures to do. He didn't have the least modification. That would be Hera. But he was definitely the easiest because I actually didn't do any painting on this guy. Basically what I did was I have a 1x1 round tile on the top to represent his little radar dish thing. I modded him so that his head can rotate. I basically cut the anti-studs off of the dome, and I cut the studs off of the main body because I felt like the official Lego head made him look too much like an R5 unit. Just because of the way it kind of bulked up like this. So I went and cut that up, drilled a big enough hole in the center to where he could fit a axle piece. And I basically just have like a 1x2, I think it is, axle, cut that down accordingly. And yeah, so it can rotate. I didn't do any painting just because I really like the Lego version. He could have benefited from a bit of extra detail in hindsight, but I feel like that clashes a bit too much with Lego's style, so I elected not to do that. I also changed the inverted tile on the bottom for dark bluish gray, because I believe it was light bluish gray. I don't know, I thought this looked a bit better, just overall. It's not as consistent, but I thought it looked better. Yeah, there's Chopper. And last but not least, we have Zeb Orrelios. So Zeb was a fun one. I basically just completely repainted the head and the arms because I totally understand why Lego went the direction they did with their Zeb, given that their color palette is just too limited overall. So I basically painted it like this weird like purplish gray mix, went over it with like a dark purple for the beard, and then went over it with a lighter purple for, you know, the face markings. And I didn't really like how the eyes looked, so I went and redid the eyes so that they looked a little bit more intimidating. It's still not perfect, but, you know, that's just the way Lego's mold is designed. Did some painting on the body because I felt like it was a bit too shiny and not gritty enough. And Zeb's Season 3 and 4 outfit isn't too different from his Season 1 and 2 outfit. The big difference is just that he's missing his shoulder armor. So that was the big change. I painted the stripes on his arms, and I kind of have his legs, or his feet rather, sloping upward. So yeah, and then for his bow rifle, I just stuck with the Lego one, because I couldn't think of any way to make a super accurate one. And besides, I'm pretty satisfied with the Lego one. It's simplistic, but, you know, that's kind of the point of Lego, you know? Alright, so, yeah, his head still rotates. And overall, I'm pretty pleased with Zeb. He's probably the one that I'm the most proud of. Alright, so yeah, that does it for all the figures. Let's go ahead and wrap it on up. Alright, so I think that's gonna about do it. I've immensely enjoyed Star Wars Rebels, and I thought I'd make this video as a sort of farewell tribute. I hope you guys enjoyed my figures. I hope you guys enjoyed my showcase video of the figures. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see y'all later.